And I think they were a bit scared of you today, so
I was hoping Sadat would be here.
Yeah. No, I was expecting Sadat to come down. I'm still expecting him to come down for about 3:30.
So Sadat, if you're listening, I'll be waiting for you. So.
Oh, fantastic. So how are you? Let's talk about what you want to do.
Yeah, so the reason why I'm here is really to talk about our next home show. After the success in November, I'm sure those who were there present, one of the feedback that we got was like, well, when's the next show? So here we are, we're here to talk about that. So we're doing another show on Sunday, the 18th of February. It is another amateur show. And again, like I said, after the success of the first one, it's another one that we need to put on. So here we are. So
you've got quite a few quality of boxers fighting. Do you want to name a few of the boxers and who you're fighting against?
Yeah, so there's too many to name, but in total we have 17 fights.
17
fights, of which 13 of our own boys as from Top Yard School of Boxing, and so they will be participating. Excellent. So you've got the likes of Fizzy, Smiley, who we call Mustafa, Aman. There's so many to mention. We've got the more experienced, and we've got some new up and coming boys as well. So for them, it'll be their first time fight as well.
So this second round of boxing, amateur boxing, has come around pretty quickly.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Obviously, the first one, from what I heard, was extremely successful, even though I couldn't actually make it that day.
It was, and I think, like I said, because of the first show, that's where we kind of had a lot of interest, a lot of people saying, fantastic, well done, amazing, when's the next show? For me, it was like, oh no, it's too early, and lo and behold, Hamad decided that, hey, you know what, we're going to do another show, and it's going to be in February. So I did expect it to be in March, but we brought it forward to February, and so...
It seems to have taken off in the community, because there's a lot of people interacting at the moment. I've had a lot of vibes from different people saying that they're looking to go to the show.
Yeah.
That one or two participants are also very, close friends of mine.
Yeah.
So it should be a pretty good show.
It is. Last show we had roughly about 300 people. This show, actually, we are expecting more than that. So I think with word of mouth and people knowing what we're doing, and like I said, because it is a community club as well, and it reaches out to the community, people want to see what we're doing, who we are, what's going on, and there's so much talent within Peterborough as well, and it's nice to showcase that as well. And it's not just our boxers; it's everybody else who supports it. So even the coaches who are out there as well, who are giving their time to help to kind of put this show on as well. So
tell me something about Top Yard.
Yeah.
How long have they been going for? Hamad, I don't know, he's been pretty active, and yourself and people like Waj and Suja have been,
so we've been around 2 years, well, since 2015. 2017 we affiliated with England Boxing, so we have been we are kind of like the new boys and new girls, should I say, on the scene. So 2017 we really got affiliated with England Boxing, and since then we're growing stronger. So our numbers in terms of people who come to us is still growing, and and we do different classes for different needs for different people. So
what sort of classes do you do? Let's discuss the classes, because I'm interested in coming to a class. I think Waj has been telling me for some time. Look, listen.
I'm sure I heard this last time from you, and I'm still waiting for you to come.
You know what? I still do quite a bit of training.
I know.
So I'm just trying to get, find a bit of time. I think Friday may be one
possibility for you. Possibility. Yeah. So I think what I want to kind of tell firstly is. Top Yard in itself, we don't unfortunately have our own facility anymore. As we all know, since October last year, we had a fire.
Yes, that's a shame. Man.
Yeah, it was a really short. It was a knockback, and I think it was just 2 weeks before we had a November show. Since then, we haven't really found anywhere as such. And I have to be thankful. We've had other people who let us use their facilities, the likes of Campbell, people like Kevin Sanders, Fitness Station.
That's excellent.
Which is brilliant. Again, it just goes to show you that there are people out there to help you and welcome you.
Well, it's a community. It's a community project.
Exactly.
I think it's really important we get the community involved in this, this type of organisation.
Yeah, it is, and everybody there helps out. It's a close-knit community, Peterborough is. Everybody looks out for each other, support each other. So at the moment, we're down at York Road, so I'd like to thank Adi and Atif who are letting us use their facilities. However, because they have their own timetable, we have to kind of go around their timetable. So classes have been cut. So on Monday and Wednesdays, we have our junior sessions from 7 till 8, and our senior sessions from 8 to 9. Then on a Thursday, we have a ladies only class from 7:30 to 8:30, and then Friday we have our 7 o'clock starts for our boxers, and then 8 o'clock is Wajid's classes. So again, those who want to go in and just do a bit of sparring, they can do that as well. So compared to what we were before, where we had a full week of timetable, it's now quite condensed.
It's okay. So what's the situation regarding new facilities? Are you working on those?
We are. It's tough. I will admit to that. It is tough. We are still looking. We are still trying to find. We are working with the council. The council are working with us. So while I'm here, I might as well say to everybody, if you do know of anything, any buildings for sale or rent, then please do get in touch with anybody in the coaches at Top Yard School of Boxing. But we're still in temporary accommodation. But it'd be great at one day if we could go back to what we were doing and
brilliant.
How we were, sort of thing.
Marzia, let's talk about this up and coming show.
Yeah.
When's this happening?
So it's happening next Sunday, so February the 18th. It's taking part in Glaston Park Recreation Centre down Borges Boulevard. Doors will open at 1 o'clock. So it will be fun, it'll be laughter, problems and crying. So a lot of things going on. We are expecting, like I said, 300 plus people.
Have you sold out your tickets, or are you still selling?
We're still selling, but we're also selling on the day as well. So tickets itself for adults, they're £10, and for children under 12, it's £5. And if you get your tickets on the day, they will be £15 for adults. So we do say, it's like get your tickets from us as soon as possible, or it's £15 on the door.
And all the proceeds are going to go back into the club.
Yeah,
the club.
Exactly. It goes back into the club, and I think a lot of people don't realise that, everything that we kind of like do is just goes back into the club. So whether it's replacement of like uniform kits, for example, it could be, replacement of equipment, to run the classes. Because like I said, most of these are done on a voluntary basis, and there's always something that needs to be replaced or done, or even taking our boys to shows. Because at the end of the day, it's not when it's taking place at Peterborough, it could be up to Manchester or down to like Essex way. So it all kind of adds up.
Okay. And how do you think our boys are going to do?
I think they will do well. We are very positive, but like I said, we've had interruptions. And despite those interruptions that we've had, very positive, and they are looking very powerful. I have to say that. So I've given like some of the boys some pads, and you can see how they're improving each time, and how focused and determined they are, and it's great seeing that. So on the day, what happens on the day happens. But from what I can see, good bunch of lads.
Have we got any young lads looking to go professional from within the club?
We have a few. The starting point is coming into the amateur side of things, and I think that's the stepping stone for them. And again, at the end of the day, it's down to the individual. What is it that they want? Do they want to take it further? Is it a hobby for them? So, at the end of the day, it's all about perseverance, commitment. So, but there are a few that I would like to see go forward. So who knows? It could be a championship coming out from Peterborough.
Oh, fantastic. You also discussed early on about female classes.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about that? Because, I'd love to encourage more females to get involved in sports, especially Asian females and ethnic backgrounds.
Exactly, and I think as a whole, boxing is quite a male-dominated sport anyway.
It's a physical sport.
It's a physical sport. It's a male-dominated.
Even I'm a little bit scared of trying to turn up on Friday.
I know, and I think, for us to kind of like, as a women, it's even more like, it's not really a sport that most women would go into. But then again, it's a sport that doesn't necessarily have to be physical, as in, punching each other or like that. It can be generally just like a keep fit thing. Yeah. And I think for me in particular, I think getting women into the sport is the first thing, and I think secondly, getting women into boxing, that is another thing, especially like with our ethnic origin as well, where we don't really kind of like take up sports. For us it's just like we'll do it as and when. So for me, like I said, it's what you put into the class is what you get out. So we do have actually two girls who actually want to take it further, who want to go into amateur.
Wow.
So, and it's great seeing those girls, take it up. And then we have other ladies who want to do it more as like a fitness thing, and then some who just want to do it as more of a social thing.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, walaikum salam.
I hear you want a property for sale. Yeah, I have property.
Assalamu alaikum, Sada.
You can tell Sadat's in the house.
Great to have you here. Look, Mazia was saying that she expected you to come in today.
No, I was getting loads of texts from Arif. He's going, hurry up. She's going to beat me up. She's going to punch me.
I know, I was thinking, he better be here for 3:30. Where is he?
No, I was on the road. I was just out and about. Sorry, I'm late. But yeah, what's this? You need property for sale? Come on. I'll sell you my house.
You just heard sale.
There's a desperate need a house,
Do you have any premises that you can rent or allow?
Oh, rent, even better, yes. What rates are we looking at?
We'll talk about that outside. We'll talk about that outside. But no, we are looking for, as you know, we are looking for accommodation. So,
which one's
so everything is. So what's happened with the accommodation? Sorry, I didn't catch the start of it.
So we're still in temporary accommodation. We still haven't found a place of our own. We're still looking. And
so that place, that one that got burnt.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that's stopped now.
Yeah, that's stopped.
Right,
That's
okay.
unusable since October, and not only that, we've actually outgrown the facility. So even if we were to go back in that, it's not big enough for us.
Oh.
Right, we've got a call coming through.
Oi! Come on then. Another property for sale. The best estate agent, uncle.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Arif, Brother Sadat, and Nazia is Dr. Shabina.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Shabina. How are you?
Sarkom. What's it, Doctor? Don't you get enough time on the air? You have to come on this air as well, man. Come on, man.
Listen, I just absolutely love the shows. I can't keep away. And the other thing is, I just had to call in on this show because you've just got such an inspirational guest. Honestly, you have. Absolutely.
Go on then.
Assalamu alaikum, Shabina. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to say, Nazia, that I think it's so important what you're doing. I suffered from bullying when I was little. I'm coming out with this, quite confident I am, and I know that Brother Sadat sort of eyes, he's probably laughing about this, but yeah, I was actually physically bullied in school. And
I was bullied.
Really did,
Nobody's interested in that.
Physically bullied, and I had no other way to defend myself. And the thing that really used to eat me up as a little girl was, why can't I fight back? Why don't I have the guts to fight back? I'm not endorsing anybody fight back, but I feel that boxing really does instill a feeling of confidence, even now in my workplace. I mean, I've known of doctors, for example. I'm not saying that they should beat their patients up, but it sort of teaches you self-defense in a way and gives you a feeling of confidence. We've got lots of people who have been assaulted, say when they're walking under the bridge at night. And I just feel having skills, especially with our ethnic minority females, is something that's so important. It would just instill that feeling of confidence. And I wish I knew how to box. And, you never know. I'll probably, hopefully, take some time out of my schedule.
You're saying to me, Dr. Shabina, sorry to interrupt you, don't know how to box?
She will now when she comes to the
I was
class.
it's not what your other half's been telling us.
Doctor, I think you should come to one of these sessions soon.
Yeah, I think you've kind of hit it nail on the head there. And to be honest with you, one of the things that we kind of tell our children, not just children, in the adults, that first and foremost, that bullying is not acceptable. Regardless, and I think boxing is a way of kind of giving that discipline to kind of say respect each other, control the anger and so forth. But on the flip side of things, it's also good to have as a skill, like you said, in terms of self-defense, that confidence. You never know in a situation, so it's two ways to look at it. And I think for every woman, they should have some sort of skill where they can do self-defense. They are able to look after themselves, and I think boxing is one of those ways. So
I think for myself, sorry to interrupt, Dr. Shabina. I think for myself, I think it's all about having confidence. I think we can take it out of context and talk about it and say that, doing boxing, it teaches you self-defense and it helps you in your future. I sort of disagree with that. I think it's important that we learn to box and get confidence in that, so that in future, that if there is a chance where you may have an issue, that you can defend yourself more than anything else.
Yeah.
I think you've got to do it for the right reasons.
I used to get bullied, and my head teacher said to me, "He who runs away lives to fight another day." So I used to just run away.
So that's the philosophy you took from him, yeah?
That's the philosophy I took, yeah.
The other thing,
Try this one.
the other thing that I really do think about is that the fact that the studies have actually shown that women have a tendency to lose their temper more easily than men, especially in the terms of verbal exchange as well. And I've often been told that women that engage in such sort of, I don't want to use the word aggressive sport, but more physical sport, as it were, such as boxing, helps channelize some of that negative energy that can come out verbally and can help people with things like anger management, etc. So I think it's fantastic that we should concentrate and promote.
Punching bag's good, isn't it? Just to punch it up.
No, it does. Like I said, it's not just that. I think boxing kind of like does give you a focus. It does kind of like you said, a stressful day, channel your like anger or you just kind of want to get away from things.
Take it out the
Thank goodness for atta machines.
Oh no! Don't talk to me about atta machines, please. Don't get me started on that.
Can you tell me something about atta machines?
I still do it the old way.
All of a sudden now the Asian females are saying, "Oh no, my hands are sensitive. I need the machine." I think, come on, all these years you've been using your hand.
Are you talking about the fingernails breaking? Are they?
Oh, God knows what's breaking. But I tell you what, my bank's breaking. Getting these atta machines.
Wait for the roti maker. That's even better.
Got all my money invested in her. Brought her over here, shipped her over, and now she wants machines to do the job. You know what I mean? What's going on?
I don't think you get that as a birthday present for her.
So that I'm very.
I got a dustbin for her birthday present. She hated that.
So that I'm very close to taking you off the show here. You're very controversial here at the moment.
As always. It's all right, joking.
No, but it was great just talking to all of you, and it's such a brilliant show, and it's wonderful to see.
I think.
Oh, thank you.
I think the opportunity we've got with this show is getting people like Mazia on the show, and obviously giving her perspective of the view. We actively encourage our female members from the community to get involved in sports, in any form of sport.
Yeah.
And it's honestly fantastic seeing you here today and talking about boxing. And boxing is something that I've always looked at, and I've never been involved because I've always scared of getting hit. So
you get involved on the football pitch as a boxer.
But then again, like I said, with boxing, like I said, you don't need to hit. For you, like I said, it's more like a physical. It's fitness. If you want to spar, that's your choice. But like I said, everybody's like needs are different. So if you just want to do it pure like cardio type thing, then you can do that as well.
Yeah, I think there's so much benefits for just doing cardio. I mean, I'm looking at just for the cardio side to get involved, but I've already doing some sessions elsewhere, so I do really want to get into boxing, and maybe if you can get me and Sadat onto the ring as well.
I think we should. We'll have to arrange it on a Friday for you two.
Yeah, little charity event, eh?
Yeah, exactly. It could be. Why not?
I don't want to injure you more, Arif.
No, I'm a bit worried about that, Sadat.
Yeah, your vision's not great on the pitch anyway, and if I hit you, you're not really a hook. Fair guilty.
Well, that's the thing. Sadat, I don't think you could be able to run long.
I don't need to run. Yeah. Don't need to run. Not in a ring. Just stick it in, out, shake it all about. You know what I'm saying?
It's quite physically demanding. You're surprised.
All right, man. All right. Look at me like that. It's physically demanding. You're not going to hook up.
Arif, I think you'll have him.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I think Sadat is not one for physical activity. He's never been one.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
But I tell you what, Marty, I'd love it if you could get him into the ring and had a few sparring sessions.
We will do, definitely. We'll have to do that.
I have enough sparring sessions at home, to be honest. So, Mazia, while we're on boxing, I had something. Did you know about that Muhammad Ali? Was this with this Olympics boxer who got done for drugs?
Yes.
What's going on there? Go on. Banned for 2 years, isn't he? Failing a drug test.
Banned for 2 years, unfortunately.
Assalamu alaikum. Just to let you know, Imtiaz is on the line now.
Oh, is he? Oh, go on then. We'll have to take his call. Personally, I think we shouldn't. Martin's fighting with the headphones. Forget anybody in the ring.
Adrian, what's going on with these headphones? I'm struggling today.
Image, are you on the line?
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you? Welcome.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, good. I was watching the show, Arif, and you know what? You look really good in that chair, mate.
Do I? Thank you.
You're doing a really good job. Mashallah. Marzia, thanks for coming in. Apologies I can't be in the studio.
Thank you for inviting me, though. So.
I just wanted to say, so after your last show, we talked about your last show after you had it at Gladstone Park.
Yeah.
And we were so impressed. I think Sadat, Arif and Sadat and I attended. Arif couldn't make it that day, but we did talk about it on the radio show, and it was such an incredible show that you guys put on for the community. And you had local fighters, and I'm guessing the show on February the 18th is going to be more of the same, isn't it? It's going to be our own homegrown fighters, inviting boxing clubs from around the region to come and to our home show. So how many fighters do you have in the lineup? Is it 10 again? Or
No. We actually have more. So we've got some new boys who joined the group. So from Top Yard itself, we have 13 fighters of our own, and the rest are from a couple from Campos and some extra people who've come from like different regions to join our show. But we've now got 13 of our own. And some of them are injured, so if we could have had all of them, it would have been more. But
the youngest? Who's the youngest?
Oh, the youngest is little Fizan. I think he's about 7, 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
So,
and the eldest?
And the eldest is probably Fizan, who's about 16, 17. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, this time round, Omzi, he's injured, so he won't be able to participate. So, he would have been our
Well, yeah, that's the other thing I was going to say. I called it in because I was hoping to see Omzi on the show.
I know. Omzi, unfortunately, couldn't make it. So, and by myself, just like Harry was by himself at the beginning.
That really is a shame.
Okay.
But no, I just thought I'd call in and say, Arif, you're doing a great job. So that's nice of you to join us, mate.
Yeah, thanks for you to join by the phone, mate.
Yeah, better late than never. And Mazia, seriously, wish you the best of luck. And make sure before you go today that you sell Arif 3 tickets, because me and Sadat want to go again.
Oh, I will do. Don't worry, I've got those tickets. I've come
are we not doing the show from there? It's on a Sunday, I believe, is it not? And it's at 1 o'clock start?
So doors open at 1 o'clock, and the show starts at 1:30. So
clash with us.
That might be an idea.
It might be an idea for you guys to attend.
Yeah, come on, Cass, sort it out. IT man.
No, we'll certainly attend, but if we could do a live show from there, that'd be even better. But listen, well done on your previous show, and best of luck in your next show. And I'll speak to you guys later on.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in, Image. Hopefully, see you soon.
Yeah. And that's it. That's Imtiaz Ali calling the show. Wanted to get Marzia's perspective.
It was actually it was Imtiaz who kind of like came up to me, and after the first show. And he's like,
was he now?
Okay. No, it was more like to do with how's it been? What was your feedback? And he goes, I've had a lot of feedback. And I was like, okay, what feedback have you had? And his reply was, when's the next show? He goes, that's what everybody was asking is like, when's the next show? And it's true. That's what the feedback we were getting. And it's always good to get like that feedback.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
It improves you for the next show. You know, what have I missed? What have I done? What I shouldn't have done?
Honest feedback, positive feedback. It's great.
Exactly,
it was the first show that obviously I've ever attended. It was really good. And it was. I didn't know they didn't tell the result at the end. Do it for the youngster lads. They don't tell the results, do they? They just says, "Yeah, well done." They don't say who win or who
it
lose.
Depends. So you have a skill. So the skills are for those who it's their first time ever. It's a fight, so it's not really on their records and everything. So with those ones, we don't really say who wins because then you exactly the choice. Exactly,
kids
so
exactly.
both are winners. Yeah. I think once you start kind of get a bit more experience, when you actually have your bouts, then you'll realise it's like who wins, who doesn't, split decision, unanimous decision, and so forth. Some we agree, some we don't agree with, and that just happens. And it's what the judges see.
Okay, and are you gonna have judges there, neutral judges?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, in every kind like amateur show that you go, you have to have your neutral judges. You normally have 3. They're the ones who do the score.
And they're qualified judges.
Of course, they have to be.
Okay. Yeah. And are they from the local area or are they
from different regions? So they'll come down to travel to us, which is very sweet of them. So and you get to know the judges, and they, And
you don't get to influence the judges. Though.
No,
it doesn't matter.
I tried. I even tried to get a bit of curry for them last one. Didn't work. I like the food though, but that was it. But no, they are good judges. It's a fair decision that they do make. So
I think looking at these shows and looking at what. What we've done or what people have done for the community. I think at the end of the day, the way we've got to look at it is we're supporting the kids, the community, and bringing those kids forward and trying to get them away from a lot of the other stuff that's going on in the community. And if they can get into sports.
Exactly.
That will make them
to give them the opportunities that we really didn't have when we were younger. True. To be honest with you, I mean, I would have loved it if these facilities were available. And to be honest, as time's progressed as well, it's not. I mean, I'm maybe controversial. It's not a safer environment outside as it was when it was with us as well.
No,
we used to stay late after mosque, and we used to play on our own, and there was no, parents were all right about it. Let you go to the shop, go there. But now, like with kids of my own, I wouldn't let them go to the shop.
No.
I sort of like say no, stay home. But with facilities available like FC Peterborough, like yourselves, like Fatwa and everything else, it's much better now.
Exactly,
really
and then there's so many like opportunities out there for children to do that, do something and go somewhere. And like I said, it's not just the children; it's adults as well.
And we've got proper systems in place. If you have a look at yourself, you're a proper boxing club affiliated to the English boxing associations. And we're part of football, and you got Fatwa, and you've got so many different organisations who are trying to push these people forward. And it's sport is all about how well you can play, and you're going to play up to your level. I mean, some of these guys might just want to continue the amateur, just a bit of sparring, or it may be professional. So
exactly. So like I say, it's really down to the individual and what they want. And like I say, for some children, it could be just a social thing as well.
Mazia, I'm going to have to break up for now, and we'll come back after the short break.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break. Sadly, millions of orphans living in the poorest countries lack the necessary support for a healthy childhood. These children have to endure lives of hardship without the basic necessities that will help them to grow, to learn, to live. Let's show them that we do care. Let's brighten up their future. Call 0161 225 0225 or visit humanappeal.org.uk.
Are you looking for a fun-loving and professional nursery? Then call Bright Bambini Montessori on Peterborough 306565. Teaching EYFS curriculum and Ofsted approved. We also offer Forest School and Arabic. Limited free funded places available. Call 01733 306565 or email info@bbmc.uk. Bright Bambini Montessori.
Need a great place to chill out? Look no further than The Lounge for quality food and drinks at a great price. Try our varied menu: pasta, seafood, burgers, grills, salad, soup, rice and sides. Also hot and cold drinks, milkshakes and mocktails. Leave room for our exquisite desserts. The Lounge, 417 Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call 01733 709 306 to order for delivery. The Lounge, friendly service with a great atmosphere.
Need car parts quickly and at a great price? City Auto Parts offer competitive prices, trade accounts and a delivery service in and around Peterborough. For all your parts and accessories requirements, visit City Auto Parts, 30 Fitzwilliam Street, Peterborough, PE1 2RX. Call us on 01733 347711 or visit www.cityautoparts.co.uk.
Do you have lots of clutter at home or in the office that needs to be kept but nowhere to keep it? Ivet Self-Storage offers a secure, affordable, clean and dry home for your belongings. We have security systems in place which are monitored 24 hours a day, ensuring that your items are safe. With a simple monthly payment, Ivet Self-Storage provides secure and tailored facilities to meet your specific requirements, whether short or long term. We offer the best prices and longest opening hours in Peterborough. For more information, please call on 01733 306 456 or visit us at Ivet Way, Westwood.
The Mosque, a community hub, a safe space for all sections of the community, regardless of age, gender, race or religion. We've heard about the incredible things mosques are doing, from running food banks to donating blood, running outreach events to youth clubs. Sunday the 18th of February is MCB's National Visit My Mosque Open Day across the UK. Salaam Radio will be broadcasting live every day from the 12th till the 16th of February at 5 p.m. to to talk about Visit My Mosque with contributions from members of the community. Tune in to learn more and get involved.
بسم الله قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الدعاء مخ الإبادة. The supplication is the essence of worship.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salaam Radio.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Salaam Sports. This is Salaam Radio on 106.2 FM. Text us and WhatsApp us. We're live on Facebook, and welcome back to our Luton viewers as well.
Luton, love you, Luton.
Just to let you know, I've come in the spirit. If you have
I know. I saw a comment there, someone commenting about your top, saying nice top, and that's when I looked at it, I thought, what top's he wearing? Because I don't really look at that half of your body, to be honest. I just
okay.
Your top of your head, you see. But yeah, so yeah, who said it? It was Umar Ramzan said, yeah, nice top. And I checked it, Muhammad Ali, innit? It was very good. Nice. Did you go and purchase that just for the show, or did you have that somewhere?
No, actually, my son purchased me this top.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it your son's?
Yeah.
And it's fitting you?
It didn't. It's not my son's. He's bought it for me, fitted as well.
Wow, very nice top. Very nice. Yeah, yeah. Do you know who Muhammad Ali is, by the way?
Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer of all time.
Yeah.
I still tune into his fights, and
he doesn't fight anymore.
Well, I still tune into his previous fights. Yeah.
So you tune in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just watch his old fights.
Yeah, and he was a pure legend.
He is. Yeah, he definitely is. And I think growing up, that's who I saw. You know, it was like. You know, and I think that's one of the things that got me into boxing, watching the likes of Muhammad Ali. You know, Dad used to watch it and so forth, and he's still, you know, he's still the greatest.
Is it correct? Alan, correct me if I'm wrong. Is he not the only American who has the, you know, they have the star, your name on the.
Yeah.
He didn't want it on the floor. Yeah, exactly. So he's the only one who wanted it on this walls. Well, not wanted, demanded. If you're going to put it not on the floor.
I think he refused originally, and he said
because of the name and
he didn't
the respect,
want
and you know, and at the end of the day, it just goes to show you that the man is a strong character.
Yeah,
you know, very strong in his beliefs and what he does, and for him, and the only person to have it on the wall just goes to show you that he has so much influence.
Well, he was an amazing person, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
And what he achieved in the sport, and not just in the sport, outside the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, worldwide recognition.
Exactly.
Especially, you know, we're talking about wars. He decided not to go to war as well.
Yeah.
You know, and the backlash he actually received from a lot of the Americans, and now he's just iconic.
Yeah, and I think he was prepared for that. You know, like I said, it's someone who has strong beliefs and everything, and he did what he thought was right, and you know, and it's great to see somebody like that as well. So, but yeah, like I said, he's still, you know, up there, one of the world's greatest, and people know Muhammad Ali, say Muhammad Ali, and everyone knows who he is. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Going back, you know, like as a youngster, who did you actually follow? Was it Muhammad Ali, and was it also Mike Tyson, or?
Well, firstly, I think I need to thank you for calling me a youngster. Absolutely love that. Going back. I just heard young. No. So for me, growing up, you know, I did watch like the Muhammad Alis, the Tysons, the Frank Brunos. You know, it was all them that I kind of like grew up. And for me, Tyson, he was a pit bull. You know, the way he came onto the scene and the way he exploded.
And if if you've looked at the boxing, we haven't come across anybody as aggressive and somebody like him, his type of boxing in terms of, you know, he used to scare the people before you actually used to get into the ring, and
he wasn't scared, was he? I mean, he was just furious and straight on it. You know, he was. I call him a terror. He was just a beast in the ring. So the skills, the power, the speed. I think the man had it all.
Wow.
Fantastic.
For a minute I thought you were talking about me in football, but I realised we were talking about boxing, weren't we? So back to the show, Mars, on your show next week. Who's doing the music? Because there was some great music last time.
So I have a little list that I'd like to thank in a minute. So it will be Imran Sabir who'll be doing our DJ for us.
Can we do a request? Tumiho.
Imran, if you're listening, you got a request from Siddharth.
Yeah.
If it's one of those songs, then no, don't play it. But
Eye of the Tiger, then. Eye of the Tiger.
We'll stick to Eye of the Tiger. But no, Imran did a fantastic job, and he actually texted us off straight after the show saying that he'd love to do it again for us. And, which is fantastic, and he's offering his service for free. So thank you to him.
It's all for a community cause, isn't it? It's for the good of the community, and hopefully with this boxing match that's going to take place, hopefully we'll get a few other boxers, people involved in the sport of boxing, and generally just
general sports. I think and for me, like
you got to give me Imran's number. I've got a couple of weddings coming up. If he's doing things for free, you know what I'm saying? Some music in the background.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But no, he's doing it like everybody else. We do have a few sponsors, and he kind of wanted to sponsor us for this show as well.
Brilliant.
So and I kind of while I've got this opportunity, I would really love to thank everybody who has supported us for the next show.
Go on, show's yours.
I'm gonna say it. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for our sponsors for the show, which are Quality Fruit and Veg, 360 Accountant, XOXO Grill House, Millfield Auto, Maximum Nutrition, Anglia Laundry. I haven't revised this off by heart, as you can tell. Gourmet Bursts, Solomon Cars, Key Lettings, N&O Electrics, Joe Yaxley, Covershaw, Vital Recruitment. Everybody else who's there, even people with the catering who kind of offered this, and even like people who are donated for the raffles. Thank you so much to everyone who's kind of sponsoring.
So a lot of people have got involved in this.
There is. From compared to the last show, we've had more people sponsoring us for this show. So
that's fantastic, and that's all good for the community. I think it's a community-led project, and because majority sponsors are all community based, I think that's really good.
It is.
They're showing an interest
exactly, and
in
it's
that.
just going to show you that there's so much support coming from the community, and it's great to see that everybody is helping out and supporting. And like I said, we've already said it that we are a community club as well. So and it's great to kind of have that.
Excellent, Marzia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lovely talking to you. Sadat, I think we need to get back to the rest of the sports, so let's discuss.
Go on, it's football normally second half, isn't it? We missed a few stuff.
It was
Mahrez is back.
Mahrez is back, isn't he?
Yeah.
He played.
He came on,
didn't he? Came on. I think that was pretty good.
You think?
Coming on. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think his head was turned as well, wasn't it?
He threw his toys out of the pram, innit? He can't just do that. Oh, so he didn't go. So they didn't sell him, and then he's all of a sudden, I'm not playing for you. I said, baby, you should. It's like you not giving a fight to one of your boxers, and he's saying, I'm not coming here.
There can be a slight immaturity in that.
I think we need to be careful because he actually didn't say those words to that. He never.
Well, he didn't turn up training. I didn't say he said that. I'm just saying it comes across. He didn't. He didn't come up for training, and he says, I believe it was said that Leicester knew where he was. Mm-hmm. But it come across, and this is obviously from looking outside the window. He threw his toys out of the pram. He didn't get sold. Did he deserve to get sold? Should they have sold him for what he's done for Leicester? That's another question.
Yeah.
The fact is, they didn't sell him. He should have been professional.
I think you probably sometimes got to look at it from the player's point of view as well. First of all, he's looking at a big contract. He's already. Let's just wait. He's already won the league with Leicester.
Yeah, that's a different question.
He wants to be playing at the pinnacle of his career.
Yeah, and he probably deserves to. Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
Getting a trophy. But at the end of the day,
was turned, and players do have heads turned.
Yeah.
So
maybe we should blame. Should we blame City for putting an offer in the last day of the transfer?
No, I think you've got to accept it. And nowadays, players will go and play where they feel they want to play, and then the way you
so we don't have a go at City for putting in the bid. We don't have a go at Mahrez for putting a transfer request on the last day. But surely it didn't go through. So what does he do? Not play? Not turn up for training?
I think he's got to be an ultimate professional there.
Yeah,
he's got to come back to the club, and he's got to play for the club and play as best as he can.
The club that's actually fine. He's won the Premiership with that club. He's helped them win the Premiership, but he wasn't on his own. So it's the club that's made him recognised. Because before then, with all due respect to him, not many people had heard from him, and they only bought him for £500,000 or something like that. Yeah. And so there's got to be respect both ways.
I think, yeah, I agree with you there.
Yes, Arif agree with me.
Okay, what else has been going on for that? I think there was a big North London derby yesterday.
There was North London derby. There was the game we didn't obviously do because Sunday our show finishes, wasn't it? Liverpool and Tottenham.
Yeah, that was an excellent game of football, wasn't it?
Were you happy with that result? Home draw?
I think, in hindsight, probably not, but it's a result, isn't it?
I thought there was great decisions by the linesman.
I think you would, wouldn't you?
No, I'm serious. When they picked up on the mic, he goes, if he's touched it, it's a different. So he's gone by the law of the game.
Yeah.
So we might not like the law, but the thing is, he says if he's touched it, it's the second phase. He's therefore onside, and therefore it's up to you if you're going to give a penalty, and you give a penalty.
That verdict is still out there, isn't it? I mean, there's no, no commentary or no video evidence to suggest he actually touched the ball.
Oh, he did touch the ball?
No.
Oh, come on, Arif. No, Arif, don't do this. Somebody call in now. He touched that ball.
Well,
he touched that ball.
We don't know about that.
He touched that ball. He touched that ball. He tried to kick it and he miskicked it. You can have a go at him for that.
He miskicked the ball, but he didn't touch it.
Hang on. What did you just say, Marzia? Please repeat that. Did you hear that?
What I meant to say,
he's miskicked the ball. He's not touched it. He's miskicked the ball, bruv.
As far as I'm concerned, he didn't touch the ball.
Yeah,
but I think that let's not look too much into the game. I think the problem is the decisions. What you find in some of the decisions, players go down to
second pen. You don't think the second? I mean, that.
I'm not going to talk about whether it should have been a penalty. I'm talking about players going down just by a slight touch. Do you agree with that?
It's always been
that. I think even since when I kind of used to watch football back in the days. It used to be back in the days.
You used to watch football.
I did actually.
When it used to be live on the national team.
I used to be a football. Do you know the original Bend It Like Beckham? I swear it's based on me.
Really?
But I used to love football. But it's slight touch, and you just see them rolling around, and it's just come on.
Yeah, and I think what we've got to do, going back 20 years ago, you never used to have these sort of decisions because players.
Well, 20 years ago, the ref or the game was a bit more tough in the sense that you wouldn't get these decisions. Now it's so protective of the players because of the injuries, the wages that they get, etc.
A little tap and then you have to come
Otherwise,
running.
you watch the games, that used to was hacking them down and everything, and 4 or 5 times and then just go on.
And I don't think
football.
You had the media as much as you do nowadays, do you?
Yep.
So the media never really got involved with the aftermath of the game as they do today. And these guys, you're right, they're on big wages, big salaries, and do they need that extra protection?
Well, it's not just the players as well. It's such a big money involved in it, and the decision made that they need to win these games. Look, the fight for fourth now. Okay, before it's everyone wants to be the top dog.
But
now, okay, if you can't be the top dog, you want to get that top 4 because you get that money, you get into the Champions League, you get more money. So if that means you go down with a slight touch, you go down.
Yeah, I think.
But I think there's a difference between.
But we used to
cheating.
We used to always blame the foreigners.
Yes, it was initially started, didn't it? Like Klinsmann, shall we say, was the thing that they always you guys accused of us diving too much, and it was like, oh, we're getting too many foreign players in, and they're going to ruin the English game. And I don't know which manager said it this week, last weekend. Pochettino, he said it. He goes, I think the English players are much better at it now than the foreign players.
And Pochettino also said, why are we making such a big thing out of it? It's it happens. It's football. But I sort of disagree with what you're saying. I think, we should try to eliminate it, but we can't eliminate it, but we'll try to cut it down. I think you've got to be a little bit more honest.
Is it this season they started in it, haven't they? With that afterwards, if they've dived and it's not been picked up by the referee, then the decision's looked at by 3 individual people, and then he gets a punishment thereafter. So they're starting to do something, but I think whatever they do will never be perfect.
I was going to say it will never be perfect in terms of what they do.
And do you think VAR will help this?
Oh, VAR. Well, I don't like it.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't like it either. But I think if we can get it down to around about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, that should be.
You know what? The beauty of the game is the odd errors made by the referee here and there.
But that's how, it's a judgment of the referee.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like I
We're
say, it's the same with all,
Yeah,
exactly. And it's the same with all sports,
Yeah.
it's the judges, referees, whoever it is, the official's decision. It might be right, it might be wrong for some people, but that's how it's always been based upon.
But
so,
I think what they're trying to
slowly
do
they
is
wouldn't have a referee. Slowly they won't have a referee on the pitch. It'll be cameras everywhere, and then once you press the button,
they'll always have a referee. It's part of the game.
Like the X Factor. That's it. But I'm not a VAR fan.
And have you been following any of the football scores?
Was it Huddersfield won today, didn't they? 4-1. They've come
win.
out of the bottom three. United are currently playing away at Newcastle. Newcastle need to win to get out of the bottom three. I don't know what the score is. I haven't asked, but no one's responded back.
We'd love to hear from our viewers if we could get that score.
Yeah, what the score, man? You know what I'm saying? And so it looked like a good game. I was watching a bit of it.
There's also a big game at Huddersfield, Liverpool against their reserves.
Yes, Liverpool reserves versus Liverpool. So I don't know which one's reserve and which one's the actual main team. But that should be a good game.
Controversy there. You get some callers in now.
What do you expect? He's wearing that top.
Kuma United with the right red mic as well. You know what I'm saying?
I think we should ban that top from the show.
No, absolutely not.
I didn't think it was allowed, but anyway.
Why not? Who did you support, Marzia, when you were younger? If you can remember.
When I was younger, Man U.
See? Siani Guriya. Siani.
Another follower.
Siani. Absolutely Siani. See? She's not the run-of-the-mill staying at home, winning. She's out there boxing, supporting United. You know what I'm saying?
We had different. It's like we had Man U, we had Liverpool, we have Chelsea in our household. So there was a mixture in our household.
I bet the Chelsea's got to be the youngest.
Actually, Chelsea was my sister, so a few years younger than me. Brothers at Liverpool, so...
see, Glory Supporters, Chelsea.
Glory Supporters,
So the United score is 0-0 at the moment, is it?
I believe it's 0-0. But going back to the Tottenham, and I think they've done really well, because at the start we were saying that if anything will hinder them, it will be playing at Wembley.
Yeah.
And they've done well now, winning. Obviously, they beat United there.
Well, if you look at them, yesterday was an excellent result for them, playing against Arsenal.
Yes.
They beat United, didn't they?
They beat Liverpool. They're 4-0, I think it was, isn't it? Or something like that.
And they've also drawn Liverpool at home.
Yep.
So they're looking, they look like a very, very good team. There's still question marks on whether they're going to be able to perform that week in, week out. But at the moment, they're still sitting third.
Yeah, I think it's just... Going back to City, it's just that they're so good at the moment that they're looking at other teams and just looking, all right, they got to improve. But if you look at the other teams, they're only about 4 or 5 points, sort of like divided them each. So they're bunched up together, and City are just flying ahead. I don't think City can do it next season. I'll be surprised if they'll be as good as this next season.
Next season's next season. Let's just concentrate on this season first to that.
Well, this season, the bottom half is the most interesting. It's only about 6 points divided from the bottom three all the way up to 10th, 11th or something like that.
I think that's because obviously money's come into the game and the bottom clubs are spending a little bit of money.
Yeah,
they're bringing some good footballers in as well. So as you saw, Liverpool lost to Swansea, and Swansea are now
Swansea.
What happened there?
I can't believe you brought that one up.
Well, listen,
I thought Liverpool lost to West Brom.
They did. They
lost to West Brom as well, didn't they?
In the cup, didn't they?
Yeah. I'll lose count.
So Mourinho's going to still continue to play his brand of football, which is
winning.
Shall we say boring
football? Winning.
Well, they're not winning at the moment, are they?
Well, Mourinho, what did he win last season? Trophies. Come on.
It's all about the league,
trophies.
my brother.
What trophies?
Understand.
Trophies.
It's all about the league.
It's trophies.
Okay.
You keep the trophy cabinet. Every season United have to build extra cabinet room for their trophies. Where Liverpool, they're trying to settle off their spare wood. You would love to win a trophy. Let's be honest. Any trophy, FA Cup.
No, I think for
League Cup,
for Liverpool,
any cup,
it has to be the league. And
no, that's crucial.
League, that's fine.
But you're telling me if, for example, you win FA Cup 3 and fight for the league, but at least win a cup each season.
Well, it's always nice.
When's the last time Liverpool won anything? A cup.
That's a few years ago.
That was a good few years ago. Even I know that.
I think there was some cricket on.
I don't think I had grey hair when Liverpool actually won.
Okay. There was some cricket on, I believe, today as well, on the T20.
Was that? I missed it. I know India lost to South Africa yesterday.
India lost to South Africa yesterday.
Yep, in the 50 over match.
T20 match, England lost to Australia, didn't they?
Oh, yes. Was that the T20? Yes. I don't know what the score is in the series, though.
I think it's 2-0 to Australia.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought England won one of the T20s, but maybe not. Or maybe they won the one days. I think they won. Yeah.
They won one of the one days.
There's an Afghanistan player come to play for one of the county teams. I don't know which one it is. I've got it written down here somewhere. Look at this. Sussex have signed Afghanistan leg spinner Rashid Khan. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah,
someone from Afghanistan come in.
Wow.
What I'm saying.
It's not heard of him before. Is he? He's
from Afghanistan.
Of course. I was going to say.
You had to put him in.
That was so cool. You knew that was coming.
What I wanted to find out.
Who puts the ball across the line, Marty? I've got a score. What would you like to find out, Arif?
Well, tell me something about him. I mean,
he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
42 wickets at an average at 14.35 in 27 2020 internationals since his debut in 2015. Boom! You didn't expect me to have that info, did you?
No, I'm sure I did. He's
done his homework. Yeah, he's done his homework.
So he's playing. I mean, he played in the T20s with, I can't remember which team it was, in the Australian Big Bash, but Gillespie was the manager there, and obviously Sussex, Gillespie's part of that as well, so he's brought him over in a sense. So these bashes that happen, like the T20, the Pakistan, the IPL, and everything in India, so they do bring out some players that obviously gives them opportunity.
Yeah, there's some good talent out there. Yeah. And I think it'll be good for him to actually get to...
good opportunity, isn't it, from someone from Afghanistan to come over after, the horrid times happening over there. So
and at a young age as well. So, so he's doing really well.
So he's got a bright future in front of him.
Inshallah, we'll follow it, shall we? Salaam Sports shall follow Mr. Rashid Khan, the leg spinner at Sussex.
Is that really Sadat that I'm talking to?
Who was that?
It's not like that. All right, let's not do that again.
And, what about...
Can we edit that part?
Chelsea are going through a few problems, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Conte is going to be sacked, isn't he, at the end of the season? He's not going to win anything. He's having pressure. Yeah. I'll be surprised if he lasts the whole season, if it continues the way it has been.
Yeah. I think they had a really poor game, was it? Did they lost 3-0 or 4-0 the last game?
4-1, wasn't it? To... was it? No. They were actually 1-0 up, and then they lost the player, got sent off, didn't they? And then it went to 4-1. I think it was Watford.
Yeah, it was Watford, wasn't it?
Watford, it came to me eventually, Watford, But,
and Watford have been struggling as well.
Well, Watford, they're in that pile of the relegation, didn't they? Like I say, there's only a few points between the bottom 3 to the top 10 sort of thing. So, like Stoke, they're struggling. They drew yesterday. And they needed to win after the sacked Hughes and everything. It's not really gone well. And it seems like changing managers has improved certain clubs, but that's why it's very rare. I think you're going to find in the Premier League where a manager stays there for a long time.
Yeah, I think nowadays it's not the time. They don't really believe
2-3 seasons. The Wengers, the Ferguson's days. I think they're gone. Where you're going to have a manager stay there for more than 5-6. Well, obviously they stayed 20 years or so, whatever it was. But those days I think have gone. Even with City, I'm sure.
Pep's going to obviously look at a different project, isn't he? He wants to be successful here.
Yeah, I think if he's obviously a lot of investment. If they do win everything eventually, like get the Champions League, I think that's the big thing they want in it, because they've won the Premier League before. They're clearly going to win it this season. Champions League is the next big thing. Obviously, they want to emulate Manchester United and start winning Champions Leagues and stuff like that, so they can put that in their history as well. I think if he does start walking away with it, he will look elsewhere probably and try and start. Another
PSG
club.
Might be a good bet for him.
Yeah, PSG would be. I mean, he didn't do it with Bayern Munich, did he? I mean, they won the league again, I think, under him. But they didn't go. What they really wanted was a Champions League.
Yeah,
and he couldn't deliver that. So, and he only stayed there. Was it 3 seasons?
I think they won the season 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah,
he won by the biggest points margin in one of the seasons by about 30 points. But yeah, you're right. He didn't really get
what they wanted.
The Champions League.
Yeah. And they were already winning leagues there, so that was the thing. And again, with City, they weren't like winning season after season, but they've won the league. Missed a couple of seasons, won it again. They're always there or thereabouts.
I'd say, obviously, the Premiership's a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
You got so much money around. You got the bottom club spending £20 odd million on a player. So it's a lot more, tougher than playing in, somewhere like Serie A or even La Liga.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just remembered something actually in boxing. Sorry to go there, but I'll say boxing. It was that fight that was what was his name? McGregor. Yeah. Isn't there been another fight where he said, I think, who did he fight again? Conor McGregor versus Mayweather. Mayweather, hasn't he challenged him to Conor's ground? What does he fight? The MMA thing. Have you heard of that or not?
I haven't heard of it yet.
I saw it. I saw a flashback on social media.
Yeah, I think that was talk back then, wasn't it?
No, it's recently. It's just been flared up recently.
Really?
From Mayweather's actually.
I don't see that happening. At the end of the day, he walked into his and we saw what
his
happened,
ring.
But do you really think he's going to go into that?
No, he's definitely not.
But money talks, isn't it?
Yeah, but again,
he's got plenty of money. I don't think he's going to go fight.
Not to do that, exactly. And I think it's just, even if it was, it's just entertainment purposes, and it's a money making thing. But
did you follow it? The fight, the Conor and
yeah, I did, and I think we all knew that it was going to be. I don't know if I should say this. We all knew it was going to be a joke. I'll say it. So, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So that completely just came to me all of a sudden, like that, flashing the media, and I thought, if anyone's heard of it, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so where were we? The Winter Olympics. Have you talked about that?
You know what? We haven't discussed anything in the Winter Olympics.
I was hoping the image was here. I was hoping the
all.
Image was here because he knows all about Olympics and he stays up late night watching Olympics. And it's been held at where?
Is it?
Here we go.
Calgary?
No.
Canada?
No.
Well, it's cold wherever it is.
Korea.
Oh, it's Korea.
And Korea, I think North and South Korea actually came out together. Which was a great, friendship buddies, all that sort of stuff.
And apparently it's the coldest.
The coldest, they're freezing. Heck. I was freezing watching it.
There was some news about some of the British athletes not participating because of the weather.
I didn't see any Pakistanis. It was probably a bit too cold.
Probably a little bit too cold for that.
So that was great to hear.
Got 20 seconds left, guys.
20 seconds. Oh my God, time flies. Marzia, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And not hitting us and punching us.
For inviting me.
And look forward to the show next week.
Yeah.
Marzia, thank you for coming down. Sadat, thanks for being my co-host.
Thanks for leading all.
Look forward to seeing Image back next time. And plenty of football.
Who?
Imtiaz.
Who's he?
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Have you visited Amar Food Store yet?